Yeah, proud of the guys. We've kind of put together the full 40 minutes. Finally, we've kind of been doing it on defensive end, then doing it on the offensive end, or doing it on both, and then turn it over. So we kind of got all facets kind of going tonight, and really respect Ball State. I think he does a great job of just watching on film, and obviously they had won three in a row, and then obviously it's tough to win on the road, but I think he does a great job, and that's a good team that's going to do some things here in February. So we're really happy with the win and the performance and the way we went about it.
Questions for Coach Simon?
Coach Josiah Shackelford, he had a really big game today. He scored 21 points. I mean, what made him so valuable today, coming in, making the start after spending a lot of games on the bench in that second unit?
Yeah, I mean, Joe's effort's always going to be fantastic. And, he's made right. He's one of our hardest workers, if not the hardest worker. And, he wants to win. He wants to do things the right way. And we wanted to shake things up a little bit, get a little bit of that fire that he brings and in that initial lineup. And he stepped up in a big way.
And I know you mentioned a couple of press conferences ago that, defensively it was a big frustration in some of these games. How do you make a performance like today when you guys had a really strong defensive performance like that and, coming off a couple of those practices?
Yeah, and we've stacked a couple games. We did a good job at Central. Obviously didn't offense went south on us, but we've been able to defend pretty well. And this game we kind of put together for the full 40 minutes. 9-10 different guys stepping in and really made it hard to get great looks. And then we finished possessions on the glass. So we did everything we could ask them to do, and we stayed in our web defense for the full 40 minutes, and they did a great job with it.
Coach, 31 defensive rebounds for you guys, just 15 for Ball State. What do you think helped you dominate the glass today?
I mean, it's a constant emphasis. That's a play hard stat. That's something that's always been a hallmark of ours. A defensive rebound percentage where we traditionally our programs are always, top 50-ish in the country, and we need to stay that way. And so that's every shot emphasis. It's not even every practice. It's not a segment of practice. It's literally every possession. And guys have bought into it, and they did a great job today with it.
And Josiah Shackelford and Meyer Wall combined for 7 3-pointers today. What helped them sort of get those open looks and knock those down?
Yeah, I mean, we've been getting open looks, and obviously we've had a few games where we go cold, and we had great looks at Central. They don't fall. We had great looks against Buffalo, and we didn't make them. And sometimes it just takes a little pressure out of the balloon where hey, you know what, we hit some tough times. Let's just go out and play and let it fly. So took a little pressure out of that. We've obviously worked on free throws to death recently, and so that 14 for 15 was very nice to see, not leave any of those on the board as well.
Big first half for Aiden Goins, 10 points. What'd you make of his performance, and where do you think he could fit in terms of the team's rotation throughout the rest of this month and as you guys continue towards the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, he's a fun story. He's completely transformed his body since he arrived here in June. And that hard work's starting to pay off to where he's able to really impact the game. When he gets going, he's a weapon. He really shoots it from three too. It's something we can take advantage going forward as well. But he's done a nice job. And he got a key offensive rebound, and he gives us another different look that we're excited about, and really happy he's hitting his stride. And in the second half, they sent doubles, and now that's an advantage for the offense as well, that we can, play out of the post, command a double, and move the ball.
Just speaking on that bench scoring, 17 of the team's 40 points, so roughly, getting close to half of the team's point production there in the first half, able to build up that big lead before the halftime. How crucial was it to get that production out of those guys off the bench and being able to get, essentially points from anybody on the floor?
Yeah, and having a couple guys back that were banged up. We were playing some guys that were hurt, and it kind of messes up the rotation. Justin Thomas, it's kind of a guess and check scenario there for a little while to see what he has and what he, and now getting him back, healthy, that kind of gets us back to a true rotation as opposed to let's see how long guys can stay out there, and then whoever's dying, we sub out and play a short bench. Now we felt like he gives us the opportunity to get deeper in the bench, and the emergence of Aiden Goins and Camden is playing really, really well in practice. It's going to be his turn soon, and Mekhi Leach. These guys are playing really well. So we feel like we can get a little bit deeper when times dictate it.
Coach, you mentioned tonight it feels like you finally put it all together. Coming in on a 3-game skid, does this feel like sort of a turning point for you guys late in the season? And if so, what do you need to do as a team to keep this ball rolling and the momentum going into the end of the season?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of perplexing the lack of results for the work that we've been putting in, and the vibes with the team aren't of a team that has faced the adversity we have and the close games that we've lost. The energy is fantastic. I mean, we sat there and say, if you went to our practices, they're practicing harder than ever. They're in the film room. They're getting shots up, to the point where we're like, are we working too hard? And so you look at all those things. If someone came in off the street and didn't know any better, you'd think we're, 20-3 or whatever. And so that part of it, we sat there and said, you know what, we're probably going to be all right. We're probably going to be all right. We just got to get back to ourselves and not overthink it.
Then Campbell leading the team in assists today with 6. What does it mean to see him continue to take those steps as a hub offensively to move the ball just for this team?
Yeah, I mean, almost for the first possessions of the game makes every right read. He's a guy that's, top 70 in the nation in scoring, top 70 in rebounding, number 1 in steals. I mean, he's a spectacular player. He's on the Naismith. Only 2 mid-majors make the Player of the Year defensive watch list, and he's one of them. I mean, he's a spectacular player, and it's more than just scoring or stealing. I mean, he's a true point guard. So it's really hard to stop a playmaker. And when he makes plays for other people, it's devastating.
Next up, you guys have the second final leg of the MAC Sunbelt Challenge. What's your guys' approach going into that game, and how do you think that could kind of serve as a helpful tool for you guys to figure out things for conference play?
Yeah, I mean, it's another opportunity to sharpen your tools. It's semi-awkward in the middle of conference play. It's always the interesting strategy to see who's selling out to win those games, and who's if you got guys bumps and bruises, do you play them? Do you try to get deeper in the bench? But it's an opportunity to get better and compete and try to win a game like we always will try to do, but also not jeopardize your MAC season, which is paramount too.
Josiah, you had a very successful night. You had 21 total points. What made tonight as successful as it was for you on the scoring and rebounding end with 6 rebounds?
I mean, I'm just glad we won, to be honest. We played good as a team. On the defensive end, we held them to only 52 points, which is great. I mean, and we won on the glass, so I feel like that is better than just my points and my rebounds, to be honest. I'm happier about that.
And you guys went with a little bit of a new lineup this game. You got the start along with another teammate. How did you feel that guys helped you against the Ball State defense?
I mean, it doesn't matter whether we start or not. I think we're pretty deep, 8 deep, 9 deep on the team. So coach just wanted to make an adjustment, see if it would work or not. And yeah.
You guys were able to knock down a lot of threes tonight, 50% from 3. What do you think helped you get some open looks on that?
Our teammates, they help everybody. We always look for every open guys. Taking the right shots also helps. I think we moved the ball a lot better today and gave guys confidence.
And what do you think helped you guys just defensively, shutting them down and creating turnovers and opportunities there?
I'll go. I was probably just say active hands, talking on the defensive end. Just next play mentality. That's what Coach Simon was big on this week, is just next play mentality. Don't let that play affect the next.
Yeah, and Aiden Goins had a really good first half. What happened there? Just
AG.
What do you think helped him with that?
Well, he can get hot easily. We know that from practice. So once he makes his first one, we know we can keep going back to him, especially if they're not going to send a double team. We trust him to make his layups and his threes if he shoots them.
4 players for you guys scored double digits. How much of an emphasis was there on moving the ball around and getting scoring from all different areas?
Huge emphasis. That's one of our big keys. Just moving the ball, sharing the ball.
And then how important is it for you guys to be able to jump out to that early lead and never give it back, to be able to lead the whole game and not let Ball State really get into it at any point throughout the contest?
I think it's really important, especially because we have given up leads in the past. So just learning to close out the games and keep and hold that lead and don't let adversity rattle us at all and just stay on the pedal.
And then Glover, you come off the bench today. Was there any type of different mentality in that kind of a new role for you?
No, it's not a different mentality. I know I still have what I need to do when I get on the court, and I know my coaches and my teammates still expect me to do exactly what I was doing when I started.
I mean, Troy, how much was the rebounding really stressed this week in practice and in this game against Ball State? Because I mean, you guys dominated on the boards today.
Yeah, rebounding is a big aspect that we work on literally every day. Just make sure we hit guys. We watch it in film when we're not hitting guys. So we have to fix those mistakes and just keep staying on the boards.
Any more questions for the players? Yeah, back in the win column here today, I'm curious from you all as players' perspectives, looking to go forward. I know you all have that non-conference game against Arkansas State upcoming, but as you go into this back stretch of the schedule here, maybe some things you all are looking forward to keep the momentum going down the stretch.
Yeah, I'll just say just stay connected, stay level-headed, and just take it day by day, honestly. Every game, just give your max effort. Just play super hard.